Hi, my name is Jennifer Barrera. Today I will be speaking about critical thinking and how people that study or what are called certain intellectuals in different type of fields of study, um, what is a proposition that Einstein had for them. There's a wonderful book, if anybody can get a hold on, it's called Comment je vois le monde. It's in French, but there is in many different languages. Um, it's a book that I read many years ago, and I always go back. There's a few books that I always go back to because they inspire me. They make me want to become a better person, and by means, I say spiritual, I say mind thinking, and in any type of way that a person can evolve. And Einstein said something very interesting about when young students go to school, how they think or how an institution proposes a certain material, how it's given and how one has to accept it. And also he always spoke about society. You know, you don't just go to school to go to school. You go to school because you know you're going to be part of a society, you're going to be part of a larger group, and you have to have certain ideas, certain a belief system within yourself of not only how you're going to conduct, how you're going to think, how you're going to talk, and many different things that you encompass. And there's one thing that I like to read, and it's in French, but I will translate it afterwards, and it goes like this. Le problème auquel les intellectuels de ce pays sont confrontés apparaît très grave. Les politiciens réactionnaires ont réussi, en agitant le spectre d'un danger extérieur, à sensibiliser l'opinion publique contre toutes les activités des intellectuels. Grâce à ce premier succès, ils essaient maintenant d'interdire la liberté de l'enseignement, de chasser de leur poste les récalcitrants. Cela s'appelle détruire quelqu'un par la faim. Que dois-je faire les minorités intellectuelles contre ce mal? Je ne vois qu'une voie possible, celle du révolutionnaire, de la désobéissance, celle du refus de collaborer, tout comme Gandhi. Chaque intellectuel cité devant un comité devrait refuser de répondre. Ceci équivaut à être prêt à se laisser emprisonner, à se laisser ruiner financièrement, en bref, à sacrifier ses intérêts personnels pour les intérêts culturels du pays. What Einstein is saying is, back when he was, when he wrote the book, it was in a certain era where the Second World War had been declared. Many, if you go throughout history in arts, painting, cinema, everything that's out there, a lot of young artists or a lot of artists couldn't do anything else that put their voice and say and address what was going on in Europe. And Einstein believed that any intellectual should not stop thinking and shouldn't compromise to anything less than what they believe. And he did say for intellectuals as also for artists. And he did say, you might, not have much. You might go to prison, to a very, high stakes at a certain point where somebody goes because they believe so much in what they believe. And you often see it now, more so when people do protests about any type of issues. Some people go to the extent of not being afraid of going to jail. And not everybody is very comfortable with that. But what I find interesting here is that he mentions one person who is Gandhi. Gandhi is somebody who fought with peace. He was never a violent person, unlike many of us who, when we're mad, we say bad words, we scream, we can get pissed, or depending on your personality. Gandhi was a person who believed in spiritual growth and in peace. He portrayed the entity of what it was to just, fight for something in the most peaceful manner. But he believed that by doing so, any human or any society or any nation in itself could arise above any any other given thing that was given to them. If they only took the time and the patience and his walk and, you know, his many um, devoted actions that he did. So that's why I like that Einstein mentions Gandhi, and that he mentions for him what it was critical thinking within a very complex situation that occurred in Europe. Nowadays, you know, if you're in Canada where I'm at, we don't have that. You know, there's no war going on right now, so none of us are afraid of that's going to happen to any of us. But I do think that he does pushes all of us to think beyond our means and to critically analyze everything that we're given, and to just take it in, and then be able to savor the knowledge, but then also challenge it, because it just makes you a person who uses your mode of thoughts in a best critical and positive and optimal way. So that's what Einstein proposed, and I wanted to share it because I thought it was very meaningful to have somebody of that who has impacted so much in science to say that although there's many laws that are applicable, that certain things must not all be written in stone, and they're all proposed to stay the same. There's always room for evolution. So that's why I wanted to read, and he says it as méthode d'inquisition moderne. So it's an inquisitive modern method. So yeah, and he also ends by saying, those that manifest themselves have enough courage to choose. And those are the intellectuals that shouldn't be slave by nothing, nor by their knowledge, nor by anything or anyone. So I hope you did enjoy, and I hope it did provide a room to think and inspiration. So thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.